Hey lovies, this is Love from Level Up Consulting Firm, and today we're going to be discussing the power of minding your business because it's important to. And we'll also be discussing mildly how the power of life and death is in the tongue. Now, how many of you have parents or grandparents that have ever said to you, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all? I have. Right? And the reason why they say that is because you can literally destroy your life as well as some others by what you say. Because even as I'm talking now, my subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between when I'm speaking to someone else and when I'm speaking to myself. And so that means anything that I say out loud, even about someone else, I'm hearing it as well. It's going into my spirit and affecting my mind. So with that being said, you want to make sure that you're always speaking life. And speaking life means you speak the results that you want to see instead of what you see. So if I'm looking at my house, let's say you have children, and you're like, this house is just disgusting. These kids are nasty. I can't think straight. I can't get anything done because I'm always having to focus on this. How about you say, you know what? You guys are getting better and better at cleaning up, and I really appreciate this. And walk in that peace. Or have a day where instead of having them clean up by themselves, you join in the festivities and help them clean up. Maybe 3 days out of the month, okay, you guys clean up independently, and then on the 4th Saturday of the month, I will step in and I will help you because of your hard work. Or we can go to Chick-fil-A and grab an ice cream cone because of your hard work on that 4th Saturday, right? And speak life into them. You guys are strong. You guys, oh my goodness, your house is going to be super clean. High five. Speak life. If we can do that with children, why can't we do that to adults? And sometimes with certain individuals, you have to place things on extinction, which means don't even respond to it, don't entertain it, act like you didn't even hear it. But when you go home and you're speaking life over yourself, you speak life over them too, because they can do better. And essentially, I want to be the person who changes my environment. I don't want to allow my environment to change me. And as I'm saying this, just know I'm not perfect. Because I can be very vindictive. I can be very catty. Especially knowing that I'm never the starter of the issue. It'll be someone else to have an attitude first or make a snide remark first. And then I'm like, okay, because I'm witty. And I want to make sure you know to never do that again. And this is not to say, if you guys have what they call roasting sessions where you're sort of joking on each other as friends, that you can't engage. You can. By all means, enjoy yourself, have fun. This is speaking on when you really have an issue with a person and they're really getting on your nerves and you really don't have anything good to say about them. Sometimes it's best to just keep your mouth closed. In addition to it, gossiping or focusing on what other people have and what other people are doing, for some people it's a form of therapy. They get on the phone with their significant other, or they get on the phone with their friends or a member of their family, and they're talking about everybody else in the family and talking about what they're doing and whether they're successful. And it makes them feel better, especially if they view themselves as being in a better spot than the other person. But the thing about that is you're not focusing on you. Why am I worried about what you have going on and it's not even affecting me? I'm more worried about me being the best me. Me improving who I was yesterday, last week, last month, last year. Because I need to see growth in myself. I need to see growth in my personality, in my business, in my money, right? You cannot focus on two different things. You can't have a split mind. You need to focus on you, everything that involves you. Not what involves that other person. Stay out of their business. Mind your business. I don't remember who said this, but there was a quote, and it was talking about how they've never met a millionaire or a billionaire who gossiped. I've never met a wealthy person who gossiped because they don't do that. They're focused on them and their outcomes, right? And so if I'm always speaking about somebody else and what they don't have and what they're doing, I'm not focused on me. Anybody I knows who's an avid gossiper, always talking about the next person, always thinking about what other people have going on, they're not doing well. They're not. And you know, success is relative. But I think overall, you see shorter or smaller increments of growth from individuals who always have something to say about someone else than those people who are focused on themselves, or who are always, you know, being positive towards other people and encouraging them and loving on them, really wanting to see that person grow. And like I said, in myself, I'm learning to see the power of that, because I am very critical of myself. And so in turn, I'm very critical of others and their work performance. And so I noticed even with people who were working for me, I would focus on the things that they weren't doing correctly and say, okay, well, I would love it if you could do this. I would love it if you could do that, and not really be appreciating the things that they do bring to the table, their creativity, the fact that they always show up on time. And I love that. And we have to embrace people as the whole person and not just reject the total person just because they don't fit into our version of perfect. Because people aren't here to be suitors of your needs, you know, unless you're paying them specifically for that. But that's not, in general, that's not what people are designed for, right? And so I don't need a person trying to jump through hoops and make me feel better about their existence. I need them to come and do a job, and I have to be mature enough to accept what comes with that person, right? And be able to set boundaries and say, okay, well, if I have someone working for me, I would like to see the following qualities, and anything else that comes with them, that's just with the person. Sometimes you have a person who does excellent work, but their turnaround time is just like, ugh. And so if you're an individual who needs something turned around a little bit faster, you have to improvise. Either I need to find someone else, or when I have a project in mind, I need to just go ahead and let this person know ahead of time and have my stuff together so I can say, all right, I'm going to give him the flyer now. The event is 2 months away. It'll take him about a month to get it done. So I'll have it at least a month before the event starts so that I can promote and, you know, put the flyer out as necessary. So also, it helps you focus on what you want. When people are focused on a goal, it's very, very important that you use your energy and your time and your brain power to focus on that which you want. And I just like to add this as another tidbit. People don't like sloppy people, especially people in business. You will be fired so fast at a corporate organization for the cattiness, even if you're not wrong. Sometimes you're not wrong, and that's why it's so important the way you handle it. I'll never forget, I was doing an internship my junior year of college, and a woman was texting one of the parents about me not being there, and she said, I think it's for the best that she doesn't stay. Mind you, it wasn't because of my work performance. It was literally my first day there. They just needed someone to fill in at the time, but they wanted me to take on the case full time, and I was like, you guys aren't paying me enough. Like, I get more hours at my other job, so this is supposed to be an internship, and although it's a paid internship, I intend to keep it on an internship basis. I really don't have to work with clients. And so I let her know that I didn't appreciate that, and I sent it in an email, and I copied one of her superiors on the email, and I was fired the next day. You have to watch what you do. You have to watch what you do. And so just imagine if this was a job and I was intending to use that to be my livelihood, you know, if that was a check paying for me and my family to eat. would not have been a good look. So with that being said, speak life, speak the results that you want, focus on what you want. Just remember that those who love to talk will reap the consequences. And there was another thing that I found online. It was talking about how the tongue is a doorway to life, to our bodies, right? So even when you eat, our mouth. And so we can also nourish our souls and our spirits with the things that come out of our mouth. Even the things that we listen to, your eyes, your ears, your mouth, they're all gates. They're all doorways to the soul. And so if you're not careful about what you're taking in, what's going to come out will not be good either. And be mindful too, my body rejects music sometimes. Like sometimes I just need to listen to music that has no words, which is why I love binaural beats. And so I really want you guys to get to a point where you're mindful of what you're putting into yourself, because it's affecting you whether you think it is or not. One of the examples I love to give at my events is, think about when somebody's playing a song that's really annoying and you have no intention of knowing that song, rehearsing that song, any of that, but you listen to the song and then the next thing you know all the words and you're like, I hate that song. But you kept listening to it, you were around it, you were surrounded in that environment. And so your subconscious mind is soaking that up. So be mindful of that. Even if somebody's talking and you're not directly participating in the gossip, or you're listening to something because someone else is playing it in their vehicle, maybe you don't need to ride with them. Maybe if you ride with them, you need to have a pair of headphones in and be listening to an ebook or something of that nature, to where you can be mindful of what you're feeding your mind and your body and your spirit. Okay? And lastly, I wanted to share with you this video. I believe it was from IKEA, but it was talking about plants being bullied. And so they had one plant that they spoke life into, and they had another plant that they bullied. And I'm going to put a clip of that video at the description box so you guys can go look at it and really see how serious this is, and watch how you blossom when you speak life into yourself and when you speak life into others. Because I guarantee you, it seems like it diminishes your power, but it actually makes you more powerful when you're able to watch what you say and able to see the strength in building up other people. All right, so peace and love. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, if you need to reach me, my email address will be below in the description box, so don't hesitate. Bye.